Hi, welcome back. This is going to be a nice and short lesson on perhaps the most important concept in serverless security, the principle of least privilege, which basically says that every component can only access information and resources that it needs to do its job. In the case of our Lambda functions, that means both IAM permissions, but also other information that are passed to the function via environment variables or configuration objects that it can fetch at runtime. For IAM permissions, you should avoid using star as much as possible and be specific about which actions and resources a function is allowed to access. The AWS documentation is kinda all over the place, so I find this reference page to be very useful. It gives me one place to find all IAM actions by resource. A word of warning though, the page is somewhat outdated and I'm missing some newer resources and actions, but by and large it still does the job. Another aspect of applying the principle of least privilege is that each function should have its own IAM role. Sharing the same IAM role is a good way to give too much permissions to the relevant functions. Unfortunately, the serverless framework doesn't support this out of the box, but as with most things, there's a plugin for that. The serverless IAM roles per function plugin is what you're looking for. For AWS SAM, it lets you create one IAM role per function out of the box, and I hope the server framework guys will support it natively soon as well. But even then, configuring the right permissions can be hard work, and that's why I think tooling is important here. PureSec and Protego are the two main players in the serverless security space, and both have been acquired recently, so we have to see what happens to their product. But both offered features to help you identify the right IAM permissions that are tailored to how your function interacts with AWS resources, as well as runtime protections. Another way we can violate principle of least privilege is to put sensitive information, such as credentials and API keys, in environment variables and share them across multiple functions in the same project. But it's part of a bigger discussion around secret management, which we'll talk about next. See you in the next lesson.